The Broken Jug is a satirical play composed of 11 scenes by the renowned German playwright Heinrich von Kleist, written in 1806 as a response to a challenge to create a comedy. In 1808, it was first presented under the direction of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a celebrated figure in German literature. The play's humor operates on multiple levels, weaving together a comedic trial to discover the culprit behind a shattered ceramic jug, which also leads to the exposure of an attempted sexual assault in the village. At its core, the play cleverly employs wordplay and double entendres, with breaking the jug serving as slang for losing one's virginity. The narrative is laden with subtle references to this theme. The satire targets the judicial system, highlighting its shortcomings when confronted with human nature's flaws. The judge presiding over the trial is, in fact, the guilty party himself, and rather than impartially seeking justice, he desperately tries to conceal his misdeeds. Moreover, the play presents a parallel to the biblical story of the fall, with the characters named Adam and Eve. However, here, it is the man who attempts to corrupt the woman. Set in the small village of Huisum near Utrecht in the Netherlands, the opening scenes introduce us to Judge Adam, whose battered appearance raises curiosity. Despite his implausible explanations, it becomes evident that his injuries may have a more intriguing and scandalous origin, hinted at through clever wordplay by his clerk, Licht. As the play unfolds, it humorously and critically explores the complexities of human nature and the limitations of the legal system, creating a compelling satire that engages the audience on various levels. Despite Judge Adam's persistent denial of any wrongdoing, his lack of credibility becomes apparent to Licht. The news arrives that Councillor Walter from the High Court at Utrecht is inspecting neighboring villages' courts. In one poorly managed village, the judge and clerk were dismissed, leading the judge to almost commit suicide out of shame. Today, Councillor Walter is scheduled to visit Huisum, leaving Adam in a state of panic due to the shambles of his court. When Councillor Walter's arrival is announced, Adam desperately clings to his go-down clothesline excuse, but the councillor remains unfazed. In a comically chaotic scene, Adam struggles to dress appropriately, discovering that his wig is missing. The servant informs him that he didn't have the wig with him when he returned home after 11 o'clock the previous night. Despite the mounting evidence, Adam continues to deny the truth, absurdly claiming that the cat used his wig for its kittens. Nevertheless, Councillor Walter insists that court proceed, with or without the wig, emphasizing that he doesn't expect perfection, but rather business as usual. The play's final 4 scenes focus on the trial on Adam's docket for the day, a case involving a broken jug belonging to Marthe Rull, who seeks compensation from the responsible party. During the trial, it becomes evident that the individual who broke the jug is also involved in an incident with the beautiful and honest Eve, possibly sexual assault or rape. Marthe accuses Ruprecht, a young man in love with Eve, but Ruprecht denies breaking the crockery, stating that he tried to protect Eve when he heard her call for help. He claims to have confronted the assailant and hit him on the head with the jug, causing him to escape through the window without being identified. Eve corroborates Ruprecht's account but refuses to disclose the attacker's identity. The play's complex web of farcical situations and tangled relationships unfolds, keeping the audience engaged in the intriguing and humorous plot. As the trial progresses, it becomes apparent that Eve and Ruprecht are trying to protect each other and hide the truth, possibly to conceal their intimate encounter. However, as more witnesses give their testimonies, a clearer picture of the events emerges, both for the audience and Councillor Walter. Surprisingly, it is revealed that Judge Adam is the true culprit. Strikingly, the villagers are so devoted to seeing him as a symbol of authority that they cannot fathom him being involved in any wrongdoing. Only Licht dares to ask probing questions that reveal Adam's guilt. As the evidence mounts against Adam, he is on the verge of sending Ruprecht to prison when he finally speaks up with determination, stating, "Judge Adam smashed the jug." She explains that Adam had been pressuring her for some time to be with him, and last night he even used Ruprecht's conscription into the army as a pretext for her to choose him instead. Despite Adam's attempts to deny the truth, Ruprecht's Aunt Bridget presents the final piece of evidence, Adam's wig, which she saw falling off the head of a man fleeing from Eve's window the previous night. Exposed as corrupt, Adam quickly retreats from the villagers, avoiding their threatened retaliation. The play powerfully exposes the blindness of the villagers' loyalty to authority figures and sheds light on the folly of presuming someone's innocence based solely on their position in society. The satirical elements come to the forefront as the truth is unveiled, leading to a thought-provoking and humorous conclusion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.